Hi everyone, this is Joseph from more⁴ Tech Reviews, aka your favorite Cajun tech reviewer, back with another video. Today's video, yes, I have the first 10 things you should do, or some tips and tricks with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. These are some tips and tricks that I do when I get the phone. If y'all do anything different, please let me know in the comments. Let's learn and grow together, so that way we can make this experience the best for everyone. But let's get into it, because this video is usually long anyway, and with me talk, I like to talk, y'all. I could probably talk y'all head off if y'all let me. But let's get into it. The first thing that I would recommend, like I have my swipe gestures on here, so I can swipe left or right, go back and forth between homes, or before apps, I mean. And when you get the phone, believe it or not, I'm gonna go to, you go to your display, navigation bar. It comes with buttons. I mean, it's 2026, y'all. I don't know if you use the buttons, maybe, I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all use the buttons, but I like the swipe gestures, so that way it's just easier. And especially if you're coming from iOS, it's very similar to that. And then circle to search, so that way if you're on something, you can search it and circle it and search it, okay? But navigation bar was number one. Easy, something simple to do. Also, it's 2026 and Samsung is still shipping out the phone with the, not the best resolution selected. So if you go back to the display, right, display settings, you scroll down till you find screen resolution. So right now I have it selected as Quad HD, but when you get your phone, it comes in full HD. Please, please, yes, it might use a little bit more battery, but you want to get the best of your display. It has the better colors. It does the pro scaling, happens automatically for when you're watching videos. So make sure you put that in the Quad HD Plus. So that's number two. Like I said, we're going to just keep this moving. Also, the phone has really good speakers, but it doesn't come enabled with Dolby Atmos right away. So how you do that is back into your settings. Then you go and find, let's see, sound and vibration. Nope. Sound and vibration. You scroll down until you look for sound qualities and effects. Again, this is normally turned off when you get the phone, so you want to make sure you turn it on. I have it on auto, but you can select movie, music, or voice. It does a good job with auto, so just make sure you at least have that on there. Also, you can do loudness normalization. You can actually do adapt sound when you have headphones plugged in. So go in there, play around with that, but make sure you have the Dolby Atmos, and then you can even mess around with your equalizer. So if you like bass, you can do that too if you're playing some music. But the main thing is the Dolby Atmos, y'all. Make sure y'all getting the best out of your phone. The next thing too is the side button here. Like, so I have mine. If I press it, it brings up the power buttons. But I know when you get the phone, it brings up Google Assistant, and then also if you double tap, it brings up the camera. You can change that. Again, back into your settings. What you want to find is advanced features. You go into side button, and then here you can long press. You can do Bixby, you can do Google Assistant, but you can get into Bixby and Google Assistant different ways. So you use the power button, it's a lot easier. And then if you want to change, you can change this to anything that you want. Even if you want to turn on your privacy display, the flashlight, or you can pick any app. So I'm going to use the camera right now. I probably will change that later on though. So that is, another little tip and trick that you should have. All right, y'all, so let's keep this moving. The next one I want to talk about is having multi-window for all your apps. Not every app comes with the ability to do multi-windows. Like, I think Instagram still has a problem. There's other apps that I use that will not let me do multi-window, but you can fix that with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. You want to go into your settings again, back into advanced features, and in labs, you hit that little button right there, multi-window for all apps, and you can do multi-windows for all your apps. So make sure you have that on too. You want to take advantage of all the services that this phone has too. The next thing I will talk about is the device care. So you go back into your settings, you can find device care. Here, what it does is if my phone wasn't optimized, you can hit that button and it will optimize by deleting some open apps or apps that I don't have use for, that I haven't used in a couple minutes. It will optimize your phone. So it's just a great way of keeping your phone optimized. I suggest going in there a couple times a day. You can hit it and get it done. So I just did it a few minutes ago. I should have probably kept that on video. But let's keep that going. That's just a great way to keep your phone optimized and running as good as you can. The next one is the set up your control panel. So on this phone, if I swipe left, it brings up the notifications. If I swipe on the right hand side, it brings up your control panel. So you can change your control panel and edit it. So I can move stuff around. Like if I didn't want privacy here, I can move it, maybe. Here, look. I can move it down here. I can move it anywhere I want. And you want to set that up yourself, you can edit this and move the buttons here all around. If you have videos, you can move that around. You can change the shape. If it has a little white thing, you can make it smaller or bigger. So there's many different options that you can do with your control panel. You even go here. It lets you do separate, or if you want to put it together, you can do that too. If you want to put the quick panel on the left side, you can do that also. That would be weird because I've been doing it on the right. But togetherness is like, it will bring your control panel and your notifications at the same time. And then you just swipe down. So that's up to you how you want to use it. It's up to you. Customize the phone the way you want it. The other thing, when you get the phone, the grids down here, you only have like 4 apps. You want to change that immediately because, yeah, it just doesn't work for me. So all you need to do is go into, you press and then hit settings here, and you can change the columns that you have to 4 columns or 5. I have 5, so it won't let me change it. You can do your home screen layout, either 4x6 or 5x6. So you can go in there and change multiple things that you want to change on here too. So make sure you change your grid size. You can even change how many folders or apps you have in your folders too. So I know a lot of people don't use 4x4 or something because it's annoying. So make sure you go in there and set that up also. The other thing that you want to set up, you can go into your settings here. You go into wallpaper and style. If you hit change wallpapers, there's many different things you can do here. You can create one with an AI. You can get more wallpapers and themes. You can go into, you can set up top ones, or if you want a free one, you can get different wallpapers. You have icons in here. You have themes. You can even do your always on display. So go in there and make the phone yours too. Pick a cheap wallpaper and do it, or let the AI feature create one for you also. All right, so I'm gonna save the best for last. Samsung, with this phone, created what they call the privacy display. So right now I have it where if I'm trying to unlock my phone, let's see, so right now you can't see my code, but now you can. So I have it where it will block out my code. So if someone's watching from the side, they can't see me put in my digits there or even my pattern. So you can change that. And how you do that is go into your settings, you go into display, you go into privacy, display up here, and you can turn it on. I always have maximum protection on. If you want to turn it on full, you can, but the main ones I do is conditions for turning on. I have certain apps that I turn it on, like my banking apps, but also you want to make sure you have it on for your PIN, your pattern, and password, and then also your notification pop-up. So when you get a notification, it should kind of hide it if you have it on there too. So you want to make sure that you have that set up. If you want to use it all the time, you can definitely do so. I just like it for the PIN, the pattern, and password, and then also the notification pop-ups. I don't have it on all the time, so like you can see from here, you can see it. But when I want to put my, if I don't have Face ID, so yeah, so you can see it's blocked out. So that's how I have it set up. That's up to you on the way you want to. All right, so hopefully the video wasn't too long. I just want to do a quick like tips and trick video. First things that you should do. Again, if you do anything different, let me know in the comments. We can definitely learn and grow from each other. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so for more coverage on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter at @FordsReviews. Become part of the BAM Nation. Until next time, peace. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day.